Line up one eye voucher. Me. So nobody else okay, so how you going because you talk loud now? Introduction, say, please movement for a moment. Because now you talk loud, you include everybody. But a while ago you try security.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for rejoining us here on MG Sports TV for the second leg of the semi-finals for the 2026 Reinas Cup. The first game will be taking place between Next Generation Academy and Reinas Academy, of course, locked at 2-2 on aggregate. And we'll just take a moment of pause for advertisement.
Works of magic, Ainsworth. Oh yeah!
Into the shift direction. Jesus. Wow.
Ainsworth. Oh yeah!
Into the shift direction. Jesus. Wow.
Ainsworth. Oh yeah!
Into the shift direction. Jesus. Wow. Thank you for rejoining us here. Of course, made mention before that it is the second leg of the semi-final between Reinas Academy and Next Generation Academy. First game would have ended in a 2-2 draw, much to the surprise of many who would have seen the regular season, but nonetheless, Next Generation Academy give a great account of themselves, and they'll be hoping that they can get what could be an unfancied, unexpected result and advance to next Saturday's final, where they would await the winner of the second semi-final today, which will be taking place between Real Mabe and Los Perfectos, and that is scheduled to kick off at 4 p.m. We already have the Reinas Academy lineup already for you. Alicia Robinson is set to start in goal with Tiara Vidal, Sonique Samuels, I believe Kiona Brown and Kai Phillips also making up the rest of the back line. Then we have Charisma McLaren as always, along with Brenna Marr, who's going to be out wide of course, and Kiona Brown, Alexa Evans, and Shanae Ashley making up the midfielders, and of course the main attacker, our main attackers will be Tiana Grant, Olivia Ashburn, and Brenna Marr. On the bench we have Elena Carr, Adaja Walker, Andreen Reese, Elena McLean, Kiona Brown, and Nathania Henry. Interesting to see how Next Generation Academy will line up. Do see Shiona Ashman, who scored last week and played an absolute blind of an individual performance. They'll be depending on her to be at her best once more. Of course, they have also Gabriella Campbell off the bench in case they need a spark. They don't believe she started last week actually, but eventually was substituted in a rare start. Of course, Bianca McDonald, who's a integral part of their team, did get red carded, I believe, early in the game last week, and so she'll be unavailable today for selection. And Shauna K. Chambers, I believe, should be available. Their centre back, versatile player, most definitely one of their most talented ones. Dominish Clooney, as always, should be available as well. Of course, perhaps my favorite of the bunch, Cassandra Smith. We're hoping she's available. Don't see her as yet, however, but she's been an unbelievable revelation. Yes, she is. She is here, and she should be available for the starting lineup. Saw her operate more on the right last week, and it was a bit of a shock to me, as she usually plays in the middle, but it was deployed more on the right hand side, and to good effect, as she got an assist for, I believe, Next Generation Academy's first goal in that game. It was an unbelievable performance from her. She's been fantastic. Of course, came on towards the back end of the season, and she's been really, really special. So talented, so fluid on the ball. Rarely gives up possession because of how skillful and how strong she is, despite her slender frame. And what more can be said about the players of Reinas Academy, who have, of course, topped the league phase of the season and are looking to go back to back in terms of winning the Reinas Cup itself. The only team to win multiple Reinas Cups in its 5-year existence. We've already seen a number of players who have played exceptionally well so far get some scholarships to go overseas, and it's just a indication of how fantastic these young women have been thus far, giving themselves a chance to further themselves. But we'll be back shortly so that we can start the game. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, once more. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We apologize for the delay at the moment. We are currently awaiting the arrival of the match officials, but as soon as they get here, we should be scheduled to start. Again, once more, apologies for the late start. as promised, the officials have arrived, and now we're about to kick off. The players are just getting through with formalities right now, just doing the handshakes and going through all the formalities as mentioned before with the referees. Apologies once more for the late start. Now we're about to get underway between Next Generation Academy and Reinas Academy. And we're off. We get underway here, and now here's Candice Morris on the ball for Next Generation Academy. This should be an exciting one. It was an enthralling game last week. Next Generation Academy looked up for it for the first half. Looked like the better team, actually. And they'll be hoping to get off to a similar start. Ball played in behind now, trying to find Mona Maxfield. Pass there, but unable to find her. And there is no Anastasia Green, interestingly enough, today. And that will be an offside decision. And actually, a couple of players who we'd usually see not available today, but nevertheless, they'll be hoping that it is enough on the day to advance to their another consecutive final. They have the talent, they have the ability. It's just about execution on the day. Shanae Ashley, mentioned before, typically plays in the midfield. Looks like she's going to have to be playing a bit of a deeper role today. Looks like she's going to be playing in centre back. There's Cassandra Smith trying to find a crossfield pass over to Shiona Ashman, who scored last week, as I mentioned before. Now here's Shanae Garrick on the ball, playing it out wide, trying to find her teammate there, Shiona Ashman, but unable to find her. And actually, seems as though Damonesh Clooney, who usually wears the 8, will be unavailable today. It's a big miss for Next Gen. Damonesh Clooney actually scored the first goal in this competition in their 3-1 loss to Los Perfectos, the first game of the 2026 staging of this one. But now here's Maxfield. Took a shot from way out, but won't be able to trouble Alicia Robinson with that tame of an effort. Let's play downfield, and just a reminder for those unaware, Bianca McDonald, an integral member of the Next Gen team, did get a red card last week, and so she is suspended for the semi-final. Cross comes in. Ooh, Kai Phillips cuts there right ahead of the attackers. Evans fails to trap, and so Shawnee Chambers will play that, try to find a teammate, but instead finds number 28, Tiana Grant, who plays it out wide, trying to find Ashburn. Gets there ahead of Rihanna Williams, and Shawnee Chambers goes in pretty aggressively, and Townsend eventually comes in to sweep up the danger. And that's cleared downfield by Garrick. Only as far as Phillips, who couldn't control. Now Morris leaves it for Smith. Ooh, strong challenge, and it will be a fall there on number 21 there, that being Keona Brown. And we know of Shanae Ashley's ability from the dead ball. Seen her score a couple of set pieces so far this season. She'll be looking to hit one from quite some distance out, and test Maria Townsend in goal now. Could be the first goal of this game, and of course would be their third on aggregate combined across the two legs. Steps up and delivers, and just wide actually. Not a bad effort from Ashley. Campbell. Position wasted. Now here's Kai Phillips to Charisma McLaren. Trying to find back Phillips, but Garrick takes it off of her. Trying to play it into Cassandra Smith, who is fouled there by Keona Brown. Shanaki Chambers plays it downfield, unable to find the run of a teammate. Mona Maxwell will try to get there ahead of Ashley, but despite her valiant effort, will be unable to keep it in play. Will be out for a goal kick to Reinas Academy. Mentioned before, they are the only team to win multiple Reinas Cups. It's 5 years in existence, 4 seasons have been played, and they've actually faced up against this Next Generation Academy team multiple times in the semi-final round. Next Gen Academy, of course, one of the only other teams to have won this competition alongside Ballers Academy and Reinas Academy. They're looking to get their second title as well, which would move them level with Reinas Academy. McLaren plays it downfield, trying to find Ashburn. That's headed away, but now here's Garrick. Turns. Trying to find Ashman, but that's cleared. Now here's Vidal. Phillips plays it downfield, and that's headed away by Campbell. Phillips gets back possession. Morris tries to play it up towards Ruth Peart, who starts today. Doesn't usually, but no Gabriella Campbell in terms of the starting lineup, and so that makes a way for her. And a lovely ball over the top by Ashburn. Gets there ahead of the goalkeeper. Ooh! Clearance off the line, but no, an attempt for Keona Brown instead. Tries to get past the defender, plays it to Grant, who can't sort her feet out in time. But now here's Evans. Turns to the top of the box, plays it out wide to McLaren, and that's intercepted by Ashman, but she gets it back. Plays it out wide once more to Mar. Cross coming in, just ahead of Grant, and cleared once more. Just camped outside in their own box now, and Evans unleashes from quite some distance, but shot ends up wayward, and ultimately will be a goal kick. Chambers plays downfield, trying to find Ruth Peart, but instead it is Alexia Evans who gets it. Plays it out wide to Mar. Trying to find the pass, but Candice Morris intercepts. Ruth Peart went in pretty strong there, but thankfully she didn't catch the other player. Ashley finds Phillips in the midfield. And Evans trying to play a lovely pass in behind, trying to find Tiana Grant. Just too much on it, so it will go out for a throw-in. Enrique Campbell will just go across the park to retrieve the ball, and actually will be a goal kick. A bit of a miss kick there, but thankfully for Samnique Samuels, won't be of too much relevance as it was dealt with eventually by Ashley, who played the back pass to her goalkeeper on the day. That being Alicia Robinson. Now it's played down the wing here, trying to find Mar, but now here's Shanaki Chambers. Taking quite some liberties here at the back. Some unnecessary time being spent on the ball, but now here's Morris. Ooh, lovely move to get past Mar. And eventually the pass goes out of play. Just gonna have to pick their spots here. It does seem as though Next Generation Academy not quite as dominant as they were last week in the first half. Came out all guns blazing with a relentless press, but do seem to be more measured in their approach this time out, which does allow Reinas Academy a bit more time on the ball, but they've been unable to make much use of it, aside from that one chance that Olivia Ashburn had cleared off the line. Ashman fails to control there. Now here's McLaren. Plays downfield and finds Ashburn. Plays it over the top to find Kiana Grant. Takes it down well, gets the shot away, and it's just wide. And a number of opportunities now for Reinas Academy, starting to get into their groove, just unable to find that goal as yet. But they're playing well just 10 minutes in. Tiana Grant had an opportunity there to get her goal. Unfortunate to see it go just wide of the post. Ooh, bit of a mistake there by Shanae Garrick, a bit too much on that pass. And unfortunately, even though Abigail Walters did get there, she wouldn't be able to keep it in play, and so will go out for a corner. That goes out for a corner. Headed on, headed away by Campbell. Kai Phillips put a boot up there. Oh, miscommunication at the back. Could have led to the ball falling to somebody at the back post. Williams plays that out wide to Ashburn. Gets past Williams. Gets a cross in low and hard. Trying to find a teammate, but just booted away. And now Vidal gets it. But now Maxfield intercepts that one. Lovely turn to get past two. But great tackle coming in there from Tiara Vidal. Samuels trying to find Mara wide, but Ashman gets there first. And Peart plays it to Smith. Surrounded by three. Can she find a pass? Intercepted. Well, take a deflection, and that should be a throw to Next Gen. I'm not sure why it's been awarded to Reinas. Calm and composed Evans, under no pressure there. Ashley plays it out wide to Vidal, being chased hard by Maxfield. Plays the pass, trying to find Kiana Brown, but Arika Campbell gets there. Now here's Smith. Lovely feint there She has Max Phelan, lovely chipped pass, but Evans gets there and perhaps overrun it there. Garrick trying to play it out wide to Ashman. That's broken up by Samuels and played out wide to Ashburn, who plays it now into the path of Mar, running away down that wing, but Abigail Walters with a diving challenge lunges in and makes a great tackle, gets that out of play for a throw-in. A fall free kick here for Reinas Academy. Great opportunity here to get a goal. We know how dominant they've been from set pieces. Ashley with a lovely free kick here on off the bar, and Shauna K. Chambers clears. But what a fantastic strike! The goalkeeper, I believe, got a touch to it and it went off the bar. There you can see another look at it. Yes, it did take a touch off of Tamaria Townsend's fingertips, pushed onto the bar, and yet another opportunity goes begging for Reinas Academy. They could be 2 or 3 up by now. Vidal plays it to Grant Evans, crosses into the box trying to find Ashburn, but Ashman gets there instead. There's McLaren. Lovely pass to find Mar. Great cross, but Abigail Walters gets there. Defending well thus far, I have to say, Abigail Walters. Now here's Mar. Plays it to Ashburn. Trying to maneuver her way past a couple of bodies. McLaren doesn't get to the ball, but now it's Evans' lovely turn around Pierre. Gets the shot away, but no real conviction behind the shot and was wayward anyway. And so the score remains 0-0. It's about 4 or 5 shots now. Some great chances from Reinas Academy, but football is an unforgiving sport, and so they will want to take their chances eventually. We've seen already in this competition just how cruel a sport it can be. You can dominate the entire game and still lose. Brown finds Grant, cuts inside, plays it to Ashburn, gets the shot away, and that's a fantastic strike. And earns themselves their first goal on the day. Olivia Ashburn, 5 on the season, top goal scorer, and by quite some distance as well. Well worked move. Tiana Grant instrumental in it. Does well to get past the first challenge and then plays a simple pass to the leading marks woman, not just on the team but in the competition. And I believe that goal does take her level, I believe, in terms of all-time scorers in this competition in its 5-year history with Taisha Nelson. What a fantastic player she is. And there, just have another look at it. Kiana Brown did well to get there ahead of Campbell. Plays it to Grant, who opens up her body well. Shifts her body weight, gets past one defender, plays it into Olivia Ashburn, who takes one touch, gets it over her feet, and then bam, bottom corner. Goalkeeper Townsend had no chance. And that is 3-2 to Reinas Academy on aggregate 1-0 in this game. Seems we will be having a small little hydration break, and so we'll be back shortly. It does seem the players didn't have much of a break. They're already coming back onto the pitch. Well, the Reinas Academy players are. Seems referees now calling the next generation academy players just to come back onto the pitch from that little hydration break, which, if some reports are to be believed, we could very well see it based on some comments made by the JPL CEO that we could have it implemented in the next season of the top tier domestic league in the country. Also seems that some of the coaches in the top tier are also on board with the idea. Smith, not sure. Oh, seems she's played it into space trying to find Maxfield, but wasn't gonna ever get there ahead of. Oh, almost made a mistake there in the box. Just spending a bit too much time on the ball and almost made to pay. I have to say it was a dangerous pass in the first place from Vidal to goalkeeper Alicia Robinson, but now here's McLaren onto some duress, plays it into Ashburn, who's roaming way free. There's no one in her vicinity. Tried to slip a pass through to Tiana Grant, but great defending in the end there. Now here's Garrick. That pass is broken up by Vidal, plays it to Evans. Now here's McLaren. Evans gets that taken away. Now here's Smith. Ball played over the top, trying to find Ashman, and goalkeeper Robinson will come out. Ooh, another mistake here from Robinson. And some suggestions from the spectators that perhaps just the heat probably getting to the players. Oh, another error here, and now she could roam free. Maxfield gets the shot away at the near post, and in the end, a comfortable save for Robinson in goal, deputizing today for the unavailable Anastasia Green, the usual starter. But now here's Mar. She has Ashburn down the left, and she will play her through. Lovely pass, perfect long pass, and Ashburn trying to get a bit too fancy, unable to get past Abigail Walters there, who instead plays it out for a throw into Reinas Academy. And that goes behind for a corner kick. Corner taken here. Decent delivery, headed away by Walters, but not very far. Cassandra Smith boots that one clear. Will it beat over their head? Yes, it will. Ashley's the only one back. Peart goes past using her physicality, but Sanique Samuels gets there ahead of her. And that will go out for a throw-in to Reinas Academy. On a bicycle kick here, just inside the area from Ashman. Tried to go for the acrobatic effort there, didn't quite come off. Headed on by her teammate, and it went wide. Great attempt. Robinson just spotting the ball, looking for some teammates. We'll see what actually will be Ashley to take. Plays on field, headed on by Evans to Ashburn. Lovely ball through, but will Williams get there ahead? Yes, she will. She's being chased by two. Brown gets it now off of her and takes a touch inside. Great pass to find Grant, who lets it run for Evans. Oh, it strikes the bar once more. That's the second time now. In just a space of, what, 20 minutes, they've struck the bar, and that's a fantastic effort. Wise decision there from Grant to allow it to go across her body for Evans to take it, and just as she's slipping, she gets the shot off, clips the bar. And subsequently, they will have a corner coming up. But truth be told, it's only 1-0, but that pretty much flatters Next Generation Academy. It really could be 3 or 4. Ashburn shoved off it. Bit of an aggressive challenge. Will be a foul. Ashburn now to take the set piece. It will be a 2-1. Also, the referees just trying to cut the shoving out in the area. 6 yard. Tamaria Townsend will be beaten here. Oh! Fantastic effort there. And that is quite the effort, quite the way to get your 6th of the competition. Olivia Ashburn running away with the golden boot now. And quite frankly, perhaps not running away with, but definitely a contender for player of the season. Fantastic effort. And this is very much a stark contrast to the game last week, where it was pretty intense in terms of the performance from Next Generation Academy. They seemed up for it energy-wise and tactically. They were pretty much outplaying Reinas Academy, surprisingly. But it seems they've given every last drop of it, because they seem quite off it today. It's been all Reinas Academy. Chambers, playing further forward now as she's trying to get her team back into the game. And given that she is one of their most technically gifted players, that does seem like a good strategy. And she wants a foul. She will get it. I thought the referee wouldn't be obliged to give her there, but she has won a free kick for her team in a pretty dangerous area. And I mentioned before, Chambers typically plays a bit further forward, but in the last couple of games has been playing centre back. But given that they do need a goal, it does make sense as to why she has taken it upon herself just to push a bit further forward to get her team a chance. Plays it to Cassandra Smith now from the set piece. Takes a touch inside, lovely. Gets the shot away, and Alicia Robinson claims that quite comfortably in the end. Well worked, but in the end, close but no cigar. McLaren trying to play that in behind for Tiana Grant, but cleared by Abigail Walters. Now here's Campbell, who seems to have switched fullback positions with Rihanna Williams. Shanae Garrick, who has filled in for Chambers, going just a bit deeper, playing that centre-back role, at least for now. Evans being chased by Candice Morris, but lovely swivel just to get past her. And Arika Campbell, poor decision there. Ashburn, lovely turn there, great feint, and plays a lovely pass through. Can Brianna Marr get there ahead of Arika Campbell? Doesn't seem as though she could, but she does win a corner nonetheless. Set piece coming up once more for Reinas Academy. And I have to say, she's running away with the golden boot. She's also running away with perhaps the candidacy for queen of the match. Ashburn's been unbelievable so far today, and you wouldn't bet against her with the form she's in to get a hat-trick. It seems she'll be the one to take the set piece as well. And there's no teammate in her vicinity, so it will most definitely be not a short corner. Goes in. Finds Tiana Grant, who couldn't quite make proper contact with it. Now is Shiona Ashman on the counter, trying to find Maxfield, but neither of the teammates were aggressive enough to go for the pass. Nice little back heel there to try to find Rihanna Williams. Gets past Vidal. Plays it to Maxfield. Back to Williams. Looking for the run of Cassandra Smith. Does well to get past one, but not enough composure to retain possession, and so it will go out for a throw-in to Reinas Academy. Vidal finds Kai Phillips. Vidal gets it back to Phillips, trying to get past Morris, and now here's Evans on the ball. Oh, lovely, lovely pass. Finds Ashburn, who lets it run for Grant. Cuts inside. Ooh, great strike, but a great save. Marr has the rebound. Can she get her shot away? Yes, she can, but she's judged, I believe, to be offside. Oh, it's a handball. And in the end, another attack thwarted, but I can't stress enough just how much pressure Next Generation Academy have been under in this first half. It's been one-way traffic, really, the entirety of it. And I can't say it's a surprising turn of events, but given how well they played last week, must be disappointing. Chambers returns to her centre-back role, and she'll take the goal kick there, but she plays it out. She puts it out of play. Will be a throw-in for Reinas Academy. Marr wins the ball, but gives it away to Ruth Peart now, who's waiting for support, waiting for the run of Maxfield, but the pass, just a bit too much on it. Not good enough to find her. And Maxfield just expresses her frustration there. Ball played downfield. Ashburn. And now it's going for Grant. Can use her speed to get there ahead of Chambers, but Chambers wins it and puts it out of play. Will be a throw-in for Reinas Academy once more. Well, actually, for Next Generation Academy, my apologies. Chambers plays it downfield. But Kai Phillips, could lose it here. She uses her strength to get the ball away from Cassandra Smith. Plays it now to Grant. Back to Phillips. And Chambers plays that. Actually, I thought it was going to go off play, but Brown turns and swings, headed away by Chambers. Ruth Peart trying to get it off of Shanae Ashley, who's using her hands to shield possession, and it will be a free kick. Ruth Peart judged to have been overly aggressive in her approach, and it will be a free kick the other way to Reinas Academy. And seems Chambers has gone down here following that header not too long ago. Not sure if it's hopefully not a concussion, but I'm wondering if it would be something head related. Not sure if she perhaps headed the ball incorrectly in terms of technique. Played downfield here, and now here's Garrick. The clearance only as far as McLaren, who plays that now to Brenna Marr. Controls well, finds Ashburn, who's through now, takes a touch inside, gets the shot away, but central, and Timaria Townsend will have no trouble with that. It's a foul once more by Ruth Peart. No stranger to aggressive tackles, and once more she's giving away a foul here. And it does sometimes get hard to referee players like that who are more physically dominant than their peers, because the player may not necessarily be being intentional with some of their challenges, but just sheer force. Oh, the goalkeeper's made a mistake here, and Walters still hasn't cleared. And a comedic sequence of events there almost leads to a third goal. And we did have two fantastic quality strikes. Oh, lovely move by Brenna Marr. Got rid of her defender with ease. And pass is broken up there after by McLaren. Phillips gets it back from Vidal. Phillips plays it through, a lovely through pass to find Kiana Brown. Rana Williams, however, making a strong challenge, and that should be a goal kick. And I see Janelle White on the sidelines. That's just a reminder for those who are unaware that Real Mabe will be taking on Los Perfectos in the second leg of their semi-final coming up in the next game. That game is scheduled to take place at 4 p.m. Real Mabe currently losing that one on aggregate 3-1. Arika Campbell, strong challenge on Ashburn, and that was a It's a foul there, and it will be a free kick.
Look.
What that? Yeah, second place loser, okay. Yeah, first place loser, maybe say okay. You know, you still not get the gold medal.
You really said that to the authority?
You still not get the gold medal. You still not get the gold medal. You're Martin. Ashley with the set piece, way over, however, unable to find the target. Williams trying to find her teammate there, but Tiana Grant breaks that up, finds Alexia Evans on the edge of the box. Tried to do a little hesitation there, tried to get past her defender, didn't quite come off, and she's ended up in a heap on the ground. Pass, play it through, trying to find Maxfield, but good work by Shanae Ashley to deal with that there and find Tiara Vidal. Chanaki Chambers just urged by her coach and staff to go on after. Ball played in behind. Brown plays it over, trying to find Ashburn, headed on by McLaren. And now it's out wide to Brennamar. Gets past a defender with ease. Cross coming in, and I believe Townsend didn't make a touch there, and yes, indeed, will go across for a goal kick. Chambers take the set piece, taken away by Vidal, who clears downfield trying to find the run of Ashburn. Marika Campbell gets there instead but loses it. And Campbell does well to win the ball on the ground, but Ashburn gets it away from her after, and that will be a foul. Evans plays it to Phillips. Phillips tries to play a pass across, and Smith gets it back, gets away from two. Plays a lovely pass in behind now for Mona Maxfield, and she can get there ahead of Vidal. And the last touch was, ooh, that was poor. Better. Less said about that one, the better. She was in a great position there to get a crossing, or at the very least a shot. But that was not great. And With just about a minute left in the first half, not only are they 2 goals down, but they've really not looked like getting back in this game. Williams. Brown gets it back. Now it's Ashman to Smith. Finds Ashman. Turns. Trying to find a teammate there, but pass toward Ruth Peart is broken up now. Here's Mar. Does well to get past Arika Campbell, and now she can stretch her legs down that left-hand side, trying to get past Abigail Walters, and she does. Can she win a throw-in? Yes, she will. And Brianna Mar has been fantastic as well. Mention how great Ashburn has been, but Mar's display has been fantastic. And the whistle goes, so they won't even get to take the throw-in. And going into the halftime break, 2 goals up, Reinas Academy find themselves, and much deserved lead. We'll be back after the break, ladies and gentlemen.
Work some magic, Ainsworth. Oh yeah!
Into the shift direction. Oh, Jesus. Wow. And that is And we're on the way for the second half. McLaren already getting past Ruth Peart. And for those unaware, score currently 2-0 to Reinas Academy and 4-2 on aggregate after a 2-all draw in the first leg, during which I have to say, I've repeated it several times, but Next Generation Academy were so fantastic in that game. Looked like for much of it until the second half, the better team, and they just haven't turned up here today. Not only are they losing 2-0, but it really could be 4 or 5, judging by the performance that they've turned in today. Reinas Academy, give credit to them, however, they have looked fantastic, and given the balance of how they would have played in comparison to their opponents today in Next Generation Academy, the league phase of the season, I guess it shouldn't be that surprising. They did finish bottom of the table, but got in thanks to that 4th versus 5th place playoff. And McLaren tried for the set piece, didn't quite come off there. Here's Garrick. McLaren miscontrolled. Evans plays it out wide to Marr. Vidal loses position, and now Maxfield can try to go forward downfield, and she gets the fall there as Marr was deemed to have fouled her. And that will be a free kick for Maxfield. Chambers. Not a bad delivery, and the goalkeeper didn't quite catch it, but thankfully did get there with their feet, and McLaren can clear it out wide to Brown. Marr plays it to McLaren. Gets past Morris, plays it down the wing, trying to find Marr, but goes out of play. Chambers puts it downfield, trying to find Cassandra Smith. Has Morris and plays it back instead to Williams. Morris back to Shawnee Chambers, being chased by Olivia Ashburn. Chambers cornered here by Ashburn. Actually 2, and somehow gets out of that corner. Plays it downfield, trying to find Maxfield, but Sonic Samuels does well to just leave it there to go out of play for a throw-in. Now here's McLaren. Plays it back to Sonic Samuels. And Cassandra Smith does enough to put it out of play for a throw-in. Marr. Williams makes the tackle. Now it's Ashburn. 6 goals on the competition this year. McLaren went in, but now it's Evans. Garrick and Arika Campbell do just enough to get position. Now it's Ruth Peart. Takes a touch around Vidal, but McLaren wins it off of her. Headed away by Walters, but can she get there ahead of Kiana Brown? Yes, she can. Passes it to Garrick. Turns, but couldn't turn past Tiana Grant. Smith gets past McLaren. Just as about she was just as she was about to try to get some space, she lost position. Marr gets past Brianna Williams. Lovely to get past Williams once more, but the pass goes astray. And pass from Smith just behind Garrick, and now McLaren can recycle possession. Finds Kai Phillips to Tiana Grant, who got a great assist for Ashburn's first goal. A lovely shot into the bottom corner, of course, after which she scored a free kick. But now it's Kai Phillips at the edge of the box, goes for goal, and that goes wide. And the third still eludes them. Smith plays it downfield, trying to find Peart, but Ashley gets it away instead. Now here's Morris. Garrick toes it off of Tiana Grant, and McLaren wins the ball back for Reinas Academy. Bit of back and forth action here, but now Shiona Ashman racing away down the left hand side. Can she get the cross in to find a teammate? And Robinson does just about enough to prevent that from going into the path of Ruth Peart, and in the end it's a save actually. Morris touch lets her down, and so they can move forward with McLaren and Grant. Trying to make a lovely move to get around Garrick, but Garrick almost dragged down Tiara Vidal there and actually gets the foul, surprisingly. Seems Shauna K. Chambers will go across to take the set piece. I mentioned before that they have not necessarily been at their best today in comparison to last week, but could chalk that up to missing, as I mentioned before, Bianca McDonald, who was out through suspension. But also just not quite up to it. Perhaps the field surface is perhaps a reason. Gabriella Campbell also is not starting today. She's about to come on, but now it's Evans. Wins the ball high up the pitch. She does have support. And instead wants to go alone. Now it's Ashburn, gets it. Does well to turn, get some space. And right before she was about to pull the trigger, that's a great tackle coming in there, I believe by Abigail Walters. Now it's Samuels. Cassandra Smith just gets there ahead of Brenna Marr. And Smith will play it now into the path of Maxfield, and she can get her head up. She has Ruth Peart, she has Ashman. And it seems Maxfield wants to go alone instead. She tries to get the cross actually, but good deflection there, good defending coming in from Reinas Academy. And Robinson will just throw it ahead to Brenna Marr. Pass me to McLaren. Just looking for an open teammate. Finds Sanique Samuels. Grant, a lovely pass out wide to find Brenna Marr and gets it ahead of Shauna K. Chambers, trying to beat her for pace, but great defending there, great leverage using by Shauna K. Chambers. The referee just urging for some calm here. Seems that a change will be made. It seems Ruth Peart will be taken off and making her way. Campbell, who, as I mentioned before, started last week. Trying to find Mar. And Mar makes a fall there on Williams. Chambers trying to find Maxfield. Goes over the head of both. Now here's Grant. Actually plays it downfield, but Arika Campbell gets ahead to it. Candice Morris there, reluctant to go into the challenge with Tiara Vidal. And that will be a free kick. Phillips. Ooh, pass didn't quite come off. No, Ashman trying to beat them. Gets inside. Finds Cassandra Smith like... Oh, that's a fantastic touch. Now she has some space. Gets past another. Can she get across away? Still going down that right-hand side. Gets the cross away instead. Oh! Across the face of the goal. And Ashman slips just before she could get the shot away. And Kai Phillips can emerge now with the ball. And Kiona Brown will be unable to get past Candice Morris. Fantastic chance there for Next Gen. Their best chance of this half and perhaps the game. Now it's Garrick trying to find Maxfield. Won't be able to. Swivels and finds Rana Williams. Plays it out wide to Cassandra Smith, and seems she got to it late, and Sonic Samuel's scream of, I guess, hurt seemed to have won the referee's attention. And there's a chance again across the face of the box. Didn't quite end up in a goal for Next Gen. Ashburn plays it out wide. Finds Kiana Brown. Back to Ashburn. I have to say, one of the key mistakes that they've made Next Gen is not being as relentless as they were last week in terms of pressing. They didn't allow this Reinas Academy midfield to breathe this time last week, and it's just been too much time on the ball for their creative players to do damage, and that's why they've created so many chances this time out. Ashburn in particular has had the free reign of the pitch to do whatever she pleases, and you cannot give a player of that sort of quality time and space, and she's made them pay so far today with 2 goals to further her tally on the season, not just in terms of leading the Golden Boot race, but perhaps putting her name in the hat for the player of the season. Free kick taken here, low and not much quality on it. Ashman gets there, broken up, trying to find Gabriella Campbell, but one back here by Reinas Academy. Now is Tiana Grant. Shifts inside, trying to find Brianna Marr with a lovely pass. She keeps it in, gets the cross in, but there's a bit too much on it. Trying to find Kiana Brown at the back post, but that goes out for a goal kick. Comes off Erika Campbell, will play it downfield, but that's one back actually. Gabriella Campbell trying to go forward now. She does have possession. Shanae Ashley sweeps up the danger, however, just not enough pace to get there ahead of Shanae Ashley. And oh, actually, Kai Phillips lets it run across her body and keeps it in play. She's way ahead of Erika Campbell, who's jogging back now. Plays it to the edge of the box for Alexia Evans. Actually, Tiana Grant cuts inside, trying to play it all the way through for Brianna Marr, who will keep it in play, but now she's 1v1 with Shawnee Chambers. Crosses it in, headed away by Rihanna Williams. Keeping the pressure up now. Here's Marr. Plays it to McLaren. To Marr. Lovely turn to get away from Chambers. Gets a cross in, and Walters gets there. And Williams plays it out once more. Brianna Marr has been fantastic. But now here's Gabriella Campbell, who wants a foul, and indeed will get it. Being held back there. And will earn herself a foul for her team. Sandra Smith over it. Eventually will vacate that. Seems that Erika Campbell and Shanae Garrick are just going to be substituted. Well, actually Campbell will, but Garrick is just going across to get some water. Garrick plays it over to the left hand side to their substitute there, number 3, Akila Blake, and her first contribution to the game is to put it out of play for a throw-in. Not the greatest start to her evening. throw-in taken now by Vidal. And that goes out of play. Ashman using her hands to... Oh my word, what a bit of skill there.
Wait, plus 20 something there. Oh, wait, never mind.
You know, for rush to see it. You never know that though.
No, actually,
you don't have to rush to do it, you can catch it at any time. MG does have to catch it at the same time.
Cross across the face of the box, and Campbell goes first time. And that's a really, really good chance there. Campbell gets her first shot away. Fantastic cross by Maxfield. Ashman gets a cross in, headed away by McLaren. Cassandra Smith takes it down under no pressure, gets the volley away! And that's another opportunity for Next Generation Academy. They're really putting it on now, peppering that goal. They've had a number of chances over the last few minutes. It seems that they've woken up finally. Spoke about how low they were in energy in comparison to the last game. But they seem to have found some sort of a spark. They're getting some chances, they're just unable to find that goal, but they do have 20 minutes they're about to try to find 2 goals. Well, 23 minutes, pardon, to try to find 2 goals, plus possible added time, of course. Ashley plays it into McLaren. And strong challenge from Maxfield, who's been full of life, pressing up front. Ashburn to Ashley, who's of course usually playing centre midfield, but today has been playing centre back. And Ashburn she's gonna have to be careful here, could give the ball away in a pretty dangerous situation, and almost does. Ashman was almost the beneficiary of a mistake there, could have gotten her goal, her second of the tie. Garrick under pressure herself, followed by 2, and does well to get past both of them. Plays it out wide, and Ashman judged to have been offside. Perhaps she came back out of a offside position.
Perfect as book. Yeah.
Ooh, almost a mistake at the back. And Tiana Grant wins it off the goalkeeper, Townsend. But Blake back there doing her job, defending. And now she is offside. And that attack comes to an end. Campbell plays it out wide to Maxfield. She has 2 chasing her. And goes for goal at the near post. Don't think it was intentional, but nonetheless, goalkeeper Robinson had to be there. Makes the save. Mar plays it into Ashburn. Trying to beat Shawnee Chambers for pace. And wins it back off of Ashburn, but concedes a throw-in. Now is Mar. Ashburn trying to find Kiona Brown on that far right-hand side. Blake. Ashman. Coming inside. Plays it to Cassandra Smith. No runners in behind us hard from Ashman. And eventually makes that pass out wide. Ashman, I think, handled the ball. Referee doesn't call it. McLaren almost got it. And a bit of a mix-up between the two teammates there. And now Reinas Academy can move forward with Kiona Brown turns. And she has a couple of players moving with her, but unable to get past. Abigail Wright crosses it in anyway. Brianna Williams is there, however. Brown. Phillips. Garrett trying to find Smith. She does. Plays it out to the left-hand side. And Phillips puts that out of play. Seems there will be a bit of a hydration break here, just to let the players rest up before the final 17 minutes of the game. Seems the game has started back here. Players being urged to come back onto the pitch now by the referees. The Game is about to continue. Should have about 2 or 3 or 4 perhaps minutes added at the end of this game. At the very least, enough for Next Generation Academy to possibly get back into this. And it seems they've also made another substitution. Tatiana Knight, the player who's been urged to come on, well, not urged, instructed to come on for the remaining minutes of the game. And I believe she's come on for Mona Maxfield, who's run tirelessly, giving her all. And she'll make her way onto the pitch to join her fellow substitute, that being Akil Blake. Or Akila Blake. Now it's Ashburn, who's playing a bit of a deeper role in this game. Nathania Henry also, I forgot to mention, came on for Reinas Academy not too long ago and hasn't been able to really impact the game as much as she'd want to as yet. But regardless, I think Reinas Academy, if they were to advance, could count themselves rather deserved winners on the day. They've played well. That's an understatement, to say the least. They've defended well, and their attacks have been formidable. Haven't been as clinical as they'd want to be. They've had a lot of missed opportunities, but they could get another one here. Ashburn, lovely pass wide to Kai Phillips. She has a teammate in the box, plays it, but the goalkeeper gets there first. Great goalkeeping there by Tamaria Townsend. Blake lively trying to get past her. And gets a shot away now, Grant, but easy to save there. And she plays that downfield. But now Ashburn's on the ball. Finds Tiana Grant. Loses possession. Cassandra Smith has runners, trying to find Ashman, but just way too much on it. And Alicia Robinson will get that on the new sort of stress or problem. Vidal. Shoved to the ground by Gabriella Campbell, and that will be a foul.
Like it done, John. Like it done. No. A long time much, right? A long time much, right? Done. Yo. Yo. We can not go try that with Jordan manager.
Kick taken here by Reinas Academy. Over to Candice Morris. Now it's Gabriella Campbell. Garrick. Ashley trying to find Phillips. And cleared by Campbell. By Chambers, rather. Out of play for a throw into to Reinas Academy, who not necessarily seeming to go all out. Lose possession. Ashley here trying to get some space enough to shoot, but Natasha Walker, who came on, unable to get it. Cross coming in, goes all the way through to Chambers, who plays it out. Now here's Garrick, lovely touch. It's passed to Ashman, who has someone running. Lovely turn to get past Kiana Brown. Plays it out wide to the arriving Cassandra Smith. She's still going, and eventually that will put behind, will be a corner kick for Next Generation Academy. Not long to go, but they do have some time left, enough to get back into the game. Tatiana Knight just need to get into space there when Ashman was making her run. Smith, that was a poor corner, but now here's Chambers. Plays it out wide to Cassandra Smith. She's surrounded by two. Plays it back to Chambers. Chambers gets a cross in. Hit it away by Ashburn. Oh, lovely. Flick over the head there by Cassandra Smith. And Tiana Grant wins it off of opponent there. Now she's moving forward, trying to slip in Kai Phillips, who just wasn't aware of her surroundings there. But somehow she still gets there ahead of Abigail Walters. Now here's Grant trying to find Phillips. Williams slips in the box and loses possession. Nathania Grant trying to turn away, get some space to get the shot, and saved with her feet, no less. And Phillips pushed in the back. Referee says play on. And foul there.
I mean, the game already too low, so. Thinking slick, you know, yo, sharp. Let me see that now. Let me see it, look now. It's slick. Cortina. No, be professional.
Seems the player's still down, that being Candice Morris. She makes her way back to her feet, but thankfully she should be okay. Knight trying to get past Anik Samuels, loses out on the 1v1. Anik Samuels moving forward in search of that third goal. She's the only one moving forward. Wants a run and finds Tiana Grant. Plays it to Shanae Ashley. Takes a touch, gets the shot, and Abigail Walters does well there. Ashman trying to find Garrick. Ashburn gets the tackle and seems to be a win now for Next Gen. With about 4 minutes or less to play, 4 minutes to save their season. It does seem as though they're having some trouble finding the ball, but also some trouble finding the back of the net. Had a couple of chances in the last couple of minutes, unable to find the target, however. Smith to take the set piece here, and that will be saved quite easily. Free kick going in now, headed on by Campbell, trying to find Tatiana Knight. Can control, can't get there ahead of Shanae Ashley, goalkeeper Robinson spills it, and we'll get a free kick. And the referee blows for full time, and the champions are moving on once more to the finals. Destiny awaits. They will have their chance at a back-to-back title next week Saturday when they take on the winner of the upcoming semi-final between Real Mabé and Los Perfectos. Join us again, folks, in just a bit. Thank you once more for joining on MG Sports TV.